Friends here, and thank you for watching this video. The last time you saw me in Port Adelaide, where I was meeting with a really great guy named Anthony, who is one of the planning officers of the Port Adelaide Enfield City Council, and I asked him, hey, I'm meeting so many people who are either at the start of their journey of potentially building, subdividing a block of land or property that they already own, or people just toying with the thought. And I want to be as best of an advisor as I can be, and I want to be in their shoes. So I myself had a lot of questions to ask him. So during my visit, I took a lot of notes, and really credits to Anthony as well as the people from the Port Adelaide Enfield City Council planning team. So far, they've been really awesome, and I hope this video will help you if you're considering buying land, subdividing it, developing land whatsoever. I'm going to focus on the specific thing of the area that I work in the most, which is Manningham, Valley Park, Broadview, as well as Prospect, and also Klemzig. And I want to show you that there are big differences, even though most of these suburbs are in the same city council. And the differences I mean with when it comes to building and subdividing. What I'm going to show you first is explaining the difference between an established neighbourhood zone compared to a general neighbourhood zone. If you do a quick Google search, the following comes up. In Adelaide, the key difference between an established neighbourhood zone and a general neighbourhood zone is that the established neighbourhood zone is specifically designed for areas with a strong pre-existing character and build form, aiming to preserve that aesthetic through new development, while the general neighbourhood zone allows for a wider variety of housing types with less emphasis on maintaining a specific character within a neighbourhood. Basically what that means, there are differences between the suburbs. Some suburbs have an older, more character style houses with more character, very often the larger frontages, or just the more established zones, which, because the council wants to maintain that character, they have different requirements when it comes to building. What you probably will be advised to do as soon as you start this journey is you're going to Google a lot, and you're probably going to pick up the phone and ask a lot of people, maybe also the council as one of your first IDs, which I highly recommend because they really helped me so far. But where it comes down to is the very first website that I want to show you, which is called Plan SA. And I'm sure you've heard about Plan SA, as it's the main platform to go to if you are considering building land. Now, I'm not going to show you everything about this in depth, first of all, because I also don't know where to start most times. However, I have figured out what to do for this video, because I want to know more about those different zones. When I scroll down, you see the planning and design code, and that's where we want to be. So we're going to click on view the online code. And here, this is where it gets fun, because you can actually look up a specific address before you get into the zoning part. Excuse me. I'm going to use the example of 6 Birkenshaw Avenue, because this is a property that I've sold in Manningham. And yeah, this is also a property where I got a lot of questions about during the process of sale. When I fill in the details, the address, I can click on view code, and it starts loading. And then, yeah, it's beautiful. Look at that little map on the site, specific marked which property we're talking about, like I said, in the Council of Manningham. Now, again, I want to scroll through this bit as much as I can, because I just want to show you, in this video, I just want to show you the main difference. The page first already tells you it's an established neighborhood. Now I can click on it, but it's not where I want it to be. I want to scroll down. I want to go to planning and development policies. Then part 2, zones and subzones. Again, comes up with established neighborhood zone. I click on it, and because I know what I'm looking for, and I don't want to waste too much time in this video about every little bit of legislation and law, this is where I find it's most important. Minimum site area is 450 square meters. Now, why I bring that up is because, and this is an established neighborhood zone. Most of Adelaide, and I'm going to show you next, is a general neighborhood zone. A general neighborhood zone, if you want to subdivide or develop there, mostly works a lot easier if you have a smaller size block. Most times we're talking about 300 square meters per block as a minimum requirement before you can subdivide. That is 150 square meters less land needed if you want to subdivide. And the way to find out in which zoning you are is by showing you the next website, and that is called SAPA, which is a free to use for anyone, not just for real estate agents or architects or developers. Anyone with an internet connection can use this website. Again, it can get quite complex because there's so much information to it. I'm just gonna go through the bit where I want to show you. So it comes up with a instruction layout. I go to the search bar in the top right. Again, I use my example of Subdividing in Manningham. I am recording my screen as well as a video plus loading this map, which requires a bit of internet power, probably also computer power, so apologies if it takes a little bit longer. The blue marker tells me where we are on which property, which is 6 Burgershot Avenue. I like to not double click, I like to click my right mouse click button on the very same block before I go to info, which I can click with my left mouse click button. As you can see, it starts loading and it tells me I'm on number 4, which is not where I want to be. I again do right mouse click on property. There we go. Alright, just make sure that you always double check where you are. I guess it doesn't really matter for this video because I just want to show you zonings. Now, we've got that figured out. I now want to go to layers, top left. From layers, on the left, I go to planning and building. Planning, the next one I click on is planning and design code. The next one I click on is zones and subzones. After I've clicked on that, the color of this screen should change. Here we go, that's working. Here we go. I zoom out just to give you an idea about these zones. Then we're loading. Yes. As you can see, the suburb of Manningham is in the middle of my screen. And even though there is no code or anything mentioned there, we do go to the part on the left where you see EN. This EN stands for Established Neighbourhood Zone. If you go on the right, and we're heading into Vale Park area bordering Klemzig, you see GN, General Neighbourhood Zone. In this area, you can subdivide a block of land when basically the minimum is 600 square meters of land. You can subdivide that into 2 blocks of 300. In the established neighbourhood zone, you need at least 450 square meters of land. So your block of land to subdivide needs to be at least 900 square meters. So I thought that's a very important thing to take into account. That's probably what I wanted to show you in this video for now. So we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Vince, EXP Realty Agent, operating in Prospect, Vale Park, Broadview and Manningham, as well as Klemzig. So if you're watching this and you like the video, please subscribe, stay in touch with me. I'm always in the area doing appraisals. If you're in the market or you know someone who you could refer me to, thank you so much. I look forward to catching up. Bye.